AITA for telling my ex's family about his toxic behaviors while he was in a coma? Me, 20, and my ex, 25, dated for about 5 months. During this time things moved very quickly. We lived together, started talking about getting a joint bank account, our future, and so on. Our relationship was far from perfect. There was almost constant arguing, as we had very different views on certain topics. There were many good moments, but unfortunately they were quick-lived, as it wasn't long until the next argument. One night my ex and I were having a few drinks. My ex supposedly went into a manic episode, which happened rather frequently and was sometimes used to justify his actions. I told him to go bed, tidied up, then followed. At this time I saw a concerning message from his friend and looked further into it. As I looked through their conversation, I found myself unable to stop. Eventually, after looking through 5 to 6 months of their conversations, I was absolutely shattered to find out that the whole time I was fighting to stay good enough for this guy, he had been sleeping with the girl best friend who I was consistently told not to worry about. I discovered that he was taking me on dates that the two of them had planned, that his comment of if she had the opportunity she would sabotage our relationship was just a cover to deter us from ever meeting, etc. After finding a little bit of composure, I woke him up and confronted him. He jumped straight to the defense of it's his mental health, he can't control it, it was a mistake, he loves me, and what about the house? Our house. A lot happened in the following hours, including parents getting involved, arguments, my ex driving off, etc. After a 3 a.m. call, my ex went MIA. The following morning, after contacting his work and a couple family members, I eventually got the call saying he had been in an accident and was in critical condition. It was a self-harm attempt. The next few weeks there was a lot of communication with his family, organizing belongings, asking when I could visit him, and so on. During this time I also went in depth about his treatment towards me, the manipulation, the lies, and everything else that occurred. I eventually decided I didn't want to see him, and left his family with my thoughts on his treatment towards women in particular / toxic behaviors. My reasoning for his was because once he woke up from the coma, he would be getting help from a mental health support team and these issues needed to be addressed ASAP, therefore his support network, family, had to be aware of them. Fast forward a few weeks and he was awake from his coma. At this time I was told how I was a heartless monster and what I did to him was so much worse than what he did to me. I am well aware that my actions only added to the stress that his family was facing, and for that I have apologized. However, I struggle to see if I did any wrong towards him directly. AITA?